What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to BurghTakes for episode 9. I am your host, Kaleb Eberlein, joined by my two co-hosts, Myles and Logan. How we doing this week, fellas?
Amazing.
Just great, Logan.
Just great.
Just great. All right. Before we dive into Pirates baseball, make sure you follow all of our socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and make sure you subscribe to our blog channel on Subtrack to stay up to date on all the blogs we post. Um, Starting off with the Pirates, last episode we talked about we're getting into the series with the Cubs. Game one against the Cubs, Ben Brown got the mound, went 6 innings, 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, and Carmen Mlodzinski also got the mound with 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, and 2 strikeouts. Solid game by Carmen. Even better game from Dotel. Honestly, he's been a really good middle reliever for us, especially getting those 3 innings. And not much going on with either team when it comes to the bats. Pretty close game. But Spencer Horwitz went 2 for 3, had a run. Brandon Lau went 2 for 4 with an RBI in. O'Neal Cruz went 2 for 4, and Henry Davis did win us this game. He went 1 for 3 and got that last home run. I think it was in the 8th inning. He won us this game, and Pirates went 2-1. Starting off pretty decent against the Cubs, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We'll get into it later, but good start from Mlodzinski. Interesting way to go out with his whole thing, but yeah, good way to start off
Mm-hmm.
the series. Didn't expect it really to go this this low scoring and this well for the Pirates, but yeah, great way to start the series off.
Mm-hmm. And going into game two of the Cubs series, Jordan Wicks got the mound, went 4 innings, 9 hits, 8 earned runs, and 5 strikeouts. Braxton Ashcraft, our star pitcher right now, he went 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run, and 5 strikeouts. Solid game by Ashcraft. I felt like he could have done a bit better, but at the end of the day, he only gave up 1 run, which is awesome. And Pirates are pretty much all over the starting pitcher with Wicks. Brandon Lau went 2 for 4, 2 runs. Bryan Reynolds had a tear against the Cubs this series. He went 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. Nick Gonzalez went 2 for 5, an RBI. O'Neal Cruz went 3 for 3. And Valdez also got a home run with his parents in the stands, which was cool to see. And Spencer Horwitz went 2 for 3 and also got a home run. And Pirates put up 12 runs, and they won 12-1. Solid game
Yeah, I
from them.
didn't expect this from them. I mean, maybe they start off slow on day one, but I mean, without having O'Hearn, without having these gaps in their lineup, really was a lot of questions, and they proved us wrong from last episode for sure. We were worried about these series, and they proved us wrong, I would say, right away.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was a lot stronger of a show out than I expected against the Cubs. I thought we would come out and probably lose the first two and then probably gain our footing in the second two. But we, yeah, we won the series, so a lot better than I expected. Esmerine Valdez too. He's a really good player. I don't know why we sent him down, to be honest with you. We can probably talk about that later or whatever. I just wanted to see what you guys thought about that
Mhm.
because I don't really know what we're thinking with that.
Yeah, we'll get down to it a little later. Into game three though with the Cubs. Do you want to talk about it now?
It's kind of like the perfect time to talk about it.
No,
It is
yeah,
a
I
good
mean,
time of it.
uh,
I think it's just you could. I mean, you have it in the notes down here, and I think it's just simple as what was needed. I mean, yeah, he put up a
mm,
home run in his last at bat, basically, or not his last at bat, but
Yeah.
probably I think we're his last real chance with the big leagues, and it seemed like maybe he was getting himself familiar with PNC Park, but they needed an infielder with there's a lot of gaps there. I think that's the only
mhm,
reason, and it sucks because I think there's guys that he's more capable than on the roster. Uh, but whenever those guys are already ticking service time, you kind of have to ride guys like Jake Mangum. Keep him up. Maybe he probably wouldn't be playing over Valdez. I don't think. Or even Ozuna at this point. He's really not that good, but you're still kind of, keeping him around because of the payday. It's just kind of about, getting those chances. And he did do well when he did get that chance. So it's just, maybe waiting till the dice roll and he gets the right number to come out next time and his opportunity comes again. And, this time maybe he won't have the jitters per se.
And I know we talked about it with like the infield and the call ups and the stuff that we were making when Connor Griffin first came up and talking about like too many cooks in the kitchen and like with the outfield I feel like with the calling up the password and doing that and that kind of made the situation in the outfield kind of be too many cooks in the kitchen. So I do kind of see, now that you're saying that, you bring that up, I can see the move a little bit in a brighter light now. So yeah, I can agree with you.
But I mean,
Yeah,
as I was saying though, sorry to cut you off there, but with that
No, you're
that
good.
opening up thing, I just don't know where it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like he kind of got this call up because there was an outfield injury, and
Yeah,
it
with
kind of just
everyone.
feels like it feels like that won't happen again, and it feels like even if they do, they'll be more equipped.
hmm
Um, so I don't know if maybe we don't see him until September call ups, whenever you could carry extra people on your roster, and it really won't count against him. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Pirates make some moves. We can get into it maybe a little bit later about there's some interesting positions they're in, and maybe they could do some tinkering. But kind of feels like a gap needs to be created for Valdez to fit in as of right now, or else he's kind of an odd man out.
the 100%. I think the only time he's gonna get caught up is just if there's an injury. I
Yeah.
don't think you call down anyone else except if you really want to call down Garcia again and just keep flipping them, but there's no point. And I don't think you should send down Ozuna, obviously, and I don't think you should send down any of the other outfielders. They're much older than Valdez, so we'll see. We'll see what they do. Going into Game 3 against the Cubs, today marked this game, the 2000 game played at PNC Park, and I looked, though, out of all the 2000 games, we are literally just above 500
Yeah.
when it came to PNC Park, so like, we're not even...
I think it's like a 5-16.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're just over 500 after all
Yeah.
those games.
And we tied a
Do you
game.
Yeah,
really? Oh wow.
We tied a
apparently we
game in
tied a game way back.
2016 against the Cubs.
Yeah,
Do
which is
you
ironic.
do you guys have anything out of those 2000 games in mind? Anything that sticks out as maybe your favorite in any of your memories out
I,
of these
I,
2000?
I can remember
Well,
mine.
I don't. I mean, when we went to the playoffs in 2013, I don't remember like watching baseball when I was a kid and like actually like being in the moment for that. But like obviously when I got older, I realized like how big it was and whatnot. But honestly, I don't know. I wasn't a big baseball kid when I was younger. I was more of a hockey kid, so I don't have much experience with PNC Park until I got older. What about you,
Mm.
Logan?
I'd probably say my favorite game was I went to AJ Burnett's last game,
Oh,
his
that's a
last
good one.
start, which was he was one of my favorite players when I was younger and everything. And my dad was like, "Let's go and see that," and he ended up going and walking down to the bathroom when like it was like how like in the outfield they like throw the ball around, and he's walking down. He's like, "All right, I gotta go," and I'm like looking down. I'm not even looking, and he's like running back up at me, and he gives me the ball that like the Gregory Polanco I think threw to him, and everyone's like clapping because they think I'm just a random goddamn kid. Literally, they know it's my dad. But other than that, I mean, it was a great game. We watched Andrew McCutcheon throw a home run ball into the river. I think AJ did end up losing that game, which was sad, but I am glad I got to see his last game. So that would probably be my favorite game. What about you, Miles?
Only thing that's really sticking out to me, keep in mind, is I went Jamison Tyon's debut at PNC
Mm-hmm.
Park. Just because obviously didn't have necessarily the significance, but there was a lot of positivity at the time. Him coming up, you had Tyler Glass now rumblings. I was really
Oh yeah,
optimistic
yeah,
seeing
yeah,
everyone with their nice tie on shirts, thinking the Pirates were going to
Yeah.
turn a corner. And I was
yeah.
so
I remember
optimistic.
that.
I believe they still had Garrett Cole at the time. I was like, wow,
Yeah, we
that's going to be
did.
a
We
great,
did.
great lineup of those three. Man, a lot of dark days.
What could have
A
been?
lot of losses added to the column of PNC Park in
Yeah.
the next following years, but that stands out to me. And we'll get to him. We'll get to him. Perfect segue. Actually, I
Yeah.
didn't even see him
Perfect
down
segue,
Let's
here.
just
dude.
get
It's a
right.
tie-on.
Let's just get right into it. Game 3 against the Cubs. Tyon got the mound. He went 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and Bubba Chandler went 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, and 5 strikeouts. Not a pretty good start for Bubba. Obviously, giving up those 4 earned runs, and still he's just always reaching those fifth innings, never getting to those deep 6, 7 innings. Um, and same thing with the middle relief. Johan Ramirez and Justin Lawrence also they gave up a combined 5 runs, so not good with that. And also outfield defense wasn't good as well. Some of the key hitters though, Brandon Lau did get a home run that game. He went 1 for 4, and Connor Griffin went 1 for 3 with the home run, and Reynolds went 3 for 4. And Cubs win this game. They win 10-4, and they snap their 10-game losing streak with this win. Any thoughts on that game?
I only have minor thoughts on this game. Obviously, it was a disappointing way to lose a series, but obviously, you already have, or not the series, but finish the series. But obviously, since you already have it in your pocket, you could always have that pride. Um, Nick Gonzalez went out with injury after something that he suffered the day before, in the finale, but he was able to play, the next few series against the Twins. I really like seeing that from him, just trying to play even whenever he's battling something. Even he got pulled out. It's good to see that all worked out, and love to see the guys putting on their body on the line. That Don Kelly's got these guys wanting to play.
Hmm. Going in the game, well, this is we played four games against
Oh
the
yes,
Cubs.
it was the
Four
finale.
games.
He suffered the injury this one, and I
Yeah.
think he went out the next one.
Hmm.
Sorry, jumped on my toes a little bit there.
No, but game four, we talked about the reason why Callahan came up from Valdez's was Connor Griffin. He went day to day with a right forearm soreness. I don't think we mentioned that. That's why they got caught
Mhm.
up. But game four against the Cubs, Colin Ray got the mound. He went 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs with 5 strikeouts. And their middle relievers were really solid, didn't give up any runs. Paul Skeens, it was Paul Skeens' day. He went 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, and 10 strikeouts. And Pirates, again, they couldn't really get the bats going in this game. Wish we definitely had more runs, especially backing up Skeens' day. I feel like every time Skeens plays, like we don't back up when it comes to like getting runs on the board and like RBIs and whatnot. It just seems like that. But Skeens had a good start, but he got caught in that jam, which led him to get pulled. Some of the key hitters I had in this game, obviously Bryan Reynolds again went 2 for 3, got a home run. Tyler Callahan did get a hit. He went 1 for 2 with an RBI, and Cubs win 7-2, and we split the series against the Cubs. My thoughts and my question to you guys. Any guys that stood out to you in this series? Obviously, Bryan Reynolds went on an absolute tear, I felt like, in this Cubs series. He went 8 for 15. He had a 500 batting average, went 3 runs, 4 RBIs, a home run. I felt like he's on a roll, and especially in the next series, he's also playing really well right now. Any thoughts about this series or whatnot? I thought this series was. I wish we won the series. We didn't split, but honestly, it was good television. I really liked watching us play against the Cubs, especially these were really close games.
Yeah, absolutely. And only thing I really want to talk about is that Skeens Day is obviously he got put in that jam and we talked about maybe his ability to handle those situations, but Kelly tried to pull him and he did not want to get pulled and it only worsened. I mean, you got to listen to your manager. You're not a veteran guy, and even if you were, that's not okay. There's supremacy and hierarchy for a reason.
Hmm.
You are a third year player. You need to keep your mentality and ego where it needs to be. He has every right to act this way. He's the best pitcher in baseball. Um, but there needs to be some sort of keeping in check there. And
I
I don't
agree.
know. I just didn't like seeing that at all.
Yeah, I don't think we can really. We can't let him get too big in his shoes. You know what I mean? Like you can't get too big of a head. I mean, you are our best pitcher. Like I'm not gonna like you are like that guy, but like there needs to be some sort of check for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
for
mean, and
sure.
if Don Kelly can't do it, I don't know who can. And this
Yeah,
is
exactly.
it kind of seems like it was tested in public and everybody saw where it goes. So it's
Hmm.
kind of like,
Hmm.
well, what are you going to try to do? We all saw how the dynamic is. If it's like this now, I don't see it's going to change. Um,
Exactly.
it just feels like Skeens is almost bigger than the club right now, and that he can't be stopped by anyone. And yeah, that's a
Hmm.
good thing, making him feel comfortable. We want him to stay in town at the end of the day, but also, we got to have the most welcoming, environment for a team. And if one guy's,
Yeah.
dictating everything, that can't really be the best thing. You'll see guys like thinking that they can come back before they made any rehab starts and their minor league appearances are major, and then blowing off reporters saying they could do whatever they want. And
Hmm.
then you have bum relievers thinking that they could demand trades just because they don't get to start. And then you have other guys who lead the leagues in walks thinking that they're the hot shit. Like, this is the type of mentality that's going around here, and I just don't like it.
Yeah, going into picking off that though, going into this series against the Twins, we heard Carmen Mlodzinski got sent to the bullpen, and they didn't let him battle out anything. This is what Carmen Mlodzinski had to say about thoughts on getting sent to the bullpen.
Honestly say I'm just still communicating with the organization
Like
and the people in my corner, whether that's my family and my agency, about what's next, and
So yeah, that's what Carmen had to say, which was crazy that he brought in his agency right after like that. It's just uncalled for. I get that he's pissed off, like he just got sent down. He didn't get the battle again, so obviously we thought like maybe Bubba could have went to the pen or whatnot. And obviously, I think Carmen's a bit older. I think he's 25 or whatnot. I think they're pretty close with Bubba in the age and whatnot. But a lot of people thought maybe Bubba, just because how bad he's doing, maybe he should have went to the pen or whatnot. But at the end of the day, I did feel like Carmen is definitely more suited for the pen, like a Dotel type of pitcher that can go 3 innings. But I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts if they made the right move and what's your thoughts on the comments that Carmen made. And honestly, they did say today that Carmen should be ready to go Tuesday. But we'll talk about all. Well, I guess I'll get to it.
Comfortable.
Yeah, he's not comfortable. So they put a restricted. He went on the restricted list today. I'll just get to this now. To the point where he's not playing in an MLB service, and he won't account against the 40-man roster or whatnot, and he's also not getting paid. So I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on that, and what you think.
I think he requested a trade. I'm going to be honest here. I think that something's not honest. I think Sherrington is doing this almost to try to keep him in line. Just judging from that tone, it looks like he saw his loved ones for the last time ever, and he just got some terrible news or something. He's so sad in this clip. He's not losing a spot. He's still in the big leagues. You asked Mlodzinski 2 years ago, you couldn't say that about him. He was a wild card, but now he's here. He's found himself a spot. He's valued, but then he still has this entitlement. I think he really did request a trade, and I think they're trying to keep him because they see that value in him. But it's not a good spot to be in when you're really, trying to be, like we've said, contenders or pretenders. This is the dire situation. Bullpen's really starting to figure itself out. Carmen would make that an amazing, addition to that. And now he's just being hard to get. At this point, I'd say trade him. That's where I'm at right now. Logan, say your thoughts on it. I just need to say that.
I want to piggyback off of you. I completely agree. Whenever I watch that fucking clip, I cringe at, because he sounds like he's about to cry. He sounds like, dude, you're not getting cut. You're not getting sent down, like Myles said. Like, dude, if anything, like, I mean, to be honest, you should kind of feel a little bit good that we're sending you to the bullpen to save the bullpen. You're going to be the key piece in that fucking bullpen. You're going to be valued in that bullpen. It's just an ego thing. It's just he got hurt with his fucking ego, and he's like, I'm not doing it. And to me, it's like, I can understand you're doing good. You're doing good as a starter. You're finally earning your spot. But you're on a team that we are in, like, we need to contend. And if you moving to the bullpen is going to help us contend, why are you being so selfish about it? So I'm honestly getting on the same ground as Myles as, if you want to leave, fuck you. I'm done. And I think this starts with the ego of Jared Jones. Our whole entire pitching staff is becoming an ego problem right now. And it's getting out of control.
That I completely agree.
Yeah.
No, what were you going to say, Caleb?
Well, it's just today on the broadcast, they just kept like talking about like, oh, he's gonna start Tuesday or whatnot, and like the announcers are saying that, and then I should have pulled up what Sherrington said. I don't know exactly what Sherrington said about it or whatnot on Twitter, but our GM, but it's just definitely an ego thing, and just the way he went about that, talking to the media about that was just completely unprofessional, especially when. Literally, I don't know when they did that interview, but I just remember just when I was watching the broadcast when that happened, he was just having a great time in the dugout or whatnot with all of his buddies, all of his pitchers, and then he'd go out and do that. It's just like that doesn't make sense. That's like you're having I know all of our pitchers are really close, and I know that just seems like that. Like they all sit together, whatnot. They all talk, and Skeens, Ashcraft, and all that, and it's definitely an ego thing. And it's just crazy that you come from just smiling and having a good time, and then you just do that.
Well, you know what? Honestly, this just popped in my head, but this is reminding me of Le'Veon Bell and how selfish him sitting out of that season and you're literally missing out on money right now, dude. Like, you're just hurting yourself. You're kind of just like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. You're hurting the team. You're hurting yourself. And you're not getting paid. Like, you're not getting anything out of this right now, unless you're looking to get traded, like Myles said. So, it's just stupid.
Even the debates on this have been like, well, some sides are saying the restricted list thing. Well, if the public doesn't know he really requested a trade, then the values that the value tanks if the guy wants to get out of there. So this
Yeah.
kind of hides that. There's one side of it, but then there's this other side. Well, this guy doesn't want to play ball, literally.
That's
Metaphorically,
exactly.
he doesn't want to talk to you. He doesn't want to literally play ball. So it's just like it feels like either way, his trade value is just going to plummet just because he doesn't get what he wants.
Exactly.
And the longer you hold on to that, the longer that's just gonna plummet. Like two anchors, you have two tied to both ankles of Carmen Mlodzinski. You need to diss this cancer before it spreads because it already has been spreading. Like you said, you wrapped it up perfectly. Like you said, and it's a cancer. It is. It's becoming one.
100%. Going into this Twins game though, before we get
Nice
to that,
segue.
Jared Jones. What do you mean?
No, I'm just kidding. It was really tough to segue.
No,
into
it's
this
nothing
series.
else.
No, you should say
It's just-
segueing to the man who stole his job. He made his return to the
Jared
mound.
Jones. Yeah, but they did designate Justin Lawrence because Jared Jones did take Carmen Mlodzinski's job. In game one, Taj Bradley got the mound. He went 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs with 6 strikeouts. And Jared Jones got his mound start. He went 4 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 of them coming off 2 home runs, and 6 strikeouts. Also solid when he came out of the fifth inning. Our bullpen was really solid as well. Dotel again, dude, the kid's playing well. He has a 1.32 ERA. He's a great middle reliever for us. And also Gregory Soto also went 1-2-3 in the 9th inning. And O'Neal Cruz hit an absolute bomb in the Allegheny River. Went 450. 450
And
in
you
the
know
Allegheny.
what?
And
We don't have one video of it because stupid
I swear to
Apple
God.
TV was broadcasting the game.
Yeah.
There's not one video of it, 7th of all time, and we can't get a picture
You were
because
there
of
that
Apple
game.
doing it.
You were
I
there
was
that
there.
game.
Guess
Apple
what? Oh,
TV.
did I see? I saw it. I could say it happened. But
You
that's
saw
about
with
it.
your own
Don't-
eyes.
Yeah, I don't got a picture. That'd be pretty nice. But yeah, sorry, cut you off.
But he leads like an MLB or not MLB, but like at like in PNC Park with 8 home runs in the actual Allegheny River.
That's insane.
And also the Pirates were able to almost clutch up in the 8th inning with runners in scoring position, but did not capitalize. But Bryan Reynolds did hit a no-doubter walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th, and the Pirates pick up the victory 6-5. And Myles, you left the game early and did not see this walk-off.
I did
What's
not.
up with
My spirit was gone. I mean, let's be honest. No one expected this comeback, but I mean,
I didn't.
it was cinematic. I mean, anybody could see it. The videos of this walk off were absolutely beautiful. Guys were absolutely loving to be out there. As much as we just last segment basically talked about how there was these character problems, they do love
Yeah.
each other, and there is a real community in this ball club. And it all it seems like Bryan Reynolds is the guy who shows it all. Believe it or not, where the clubhouse is. Because
been
you
playing
see when
really
he's
well.
having a good
Yes,
time,
yes,
when you see he's
yes.
playing well and you see he's having a good time, that's where everybody
Yes.
else is at.
Well,
I think that's
whenever,
he's the indicator.
whenever obviously I wasn't watching this game because, like Myles said, screw Apple TV. It's stupid. I don't know why they just pick random games, and of course it's Jared Jones's first start back. I can't watch that game. Thank you very much. But I literally remember I'm sitting downstairs and I get the real notification that we're down 5-4 in the top of the 9th. And I go and I walk upstairs. I literally say to my dad, I go, "Well, we're not walking this off." And then I hear him downstairs. I hear him downstairs go, "Oh, Bryan Reynolds!" And it's just so. Whenever I did see the clip though, it was great to see him just show some emotion. I love
Bro,
it.
give some
I
props.
love
Give some props
seeing
to
it.
Apple.
I am to Apple TV. What are you talking about?
No, the Apple TV, bro. The announcer Loki, I really like the
I'm
way
not
he
giving
announced
props
that.
to
He
none of
announced
that.
it.
I
He
don't
announced
give a
it
shit.
perfect.
I don't give a
The
shit.
announcer
Okay,
was
cool. Good
perfect
for
on that
him.
walk-off.
Good for him. But like,
Oh my god.
Bryan Reynolds though, he is a dog. I am
Yeah, but-
happy with how he's playing. I did talk my shit about him, but he is making me shut up. I am liking
He
the way
is.
Bryan Reynolds is playing, and like Myles said, if he's having a good time, we're having a good time. So I mean, I'm liking him this season.
Can we rate the pimp job of that home run 1 through
Oh.
10? Can
Oh,
we rate the
I'd give it
pimp
like
job?
I'd give it like a 8.
That's
I've
what I
watched
was
it
gonna
so
say.
many
That's fair.
times. I would say like an 8.
The
crowd was
helmet,
really
Alright,
good.
the
alright.
helmet throw,
Yeah.
the helmet throw brings it up to like an 8. That's what brings it up to 8 for me.
Glad we're on the same page there with that one. I wanted
Yeah.
to gauge the audience on that.
Yeah.
In game 2 against the Twins and the Pirates, Bailey Ober got the mound. He went 4 innings, 12 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. And Mitch Keller got the mound. He went 4 innings, 10 hits, 7 earned runs, and 5 strikeouts. Keller played not really that good. He had a good couple innings, but I felt like most of those, maybe 2 or 3, maybe of those runs that he gave up were kind of defensive mistakes. But yet again, he blew it up in the 4th inning. And the only guy, everyone else played well when it came out of the bullpen. Yohan Ramirez played solid. Evan Hiss played solid. He had 2 strikeouts. Dennis Santana also played solid. He had 2 strikeouts. Mason Montgomery was the only one in this lineup that gave up two runs or any runs. Gregory Soto also played well as well. And the Pirates survived with some clutch hits. Obviously, Nick Gonzalez went 3 for 5. Jake Magnum went 3 for 4 with a home run. Reynolds again 2 for 2 with an RBI. Horwitz went 2 for 5 with a home run. Cruz gets another home run. Connor Griffin went 2 for 5, and the Pirates survive and win 10-9 in this game.
Yeah,
Any thoughts on that game?
This game was
The whole
insane.
series was crazy.
I mean, yeah, but this game was back and forth the whole game. Like, it was crazy.
It was.
But I'm pretty sure this was the game where I think Miles wants to talk about this. I think this was
ejection.
the whole debacle
the ejection,
with
yes,
Brandon
the
Lau and all
ejection.
that. So I'll hand this off to Miles.
Oh, I didn't have much to say on it. I thought it was just bizarre and uncharacteristic. I've never, not even from, I guess uncharacteristic isn't even the right word because you've seen the Pirates show their emotions out there, but just unprecedented. Like what is going on here that we've seen a first baseman, home plate? Got to get on these umpires' good sides. I mean, I don't know if the whole crew hates you, it ain't a good sign.
Well, I think, I mean, when you watch that too, it is on the home plate umpire.
True.
The entire thing is on the home plate umpire because the pitch before that it was low, or I think it was like the other at bat or whatever. But like that same pitch was called a ball or whatever, and then he's calling it a strike. Brandon Lau goes to tap the helmet. The fucking ump goes to look at the bench to go and argue with them, so he doesn't see it, and then he doesn't allow it, which is like he did it right away. That's the rules. You have to do it right away, and you're not going to give it to him. So then when Brandon Lau is pissed and he's going past the first baseman, which nobody can see and nobody can hear, you're going to toss him out? Like what is that? That's just like, when have you ever seen a first base ump do that shit? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I do agree, like, yeah, get on the ump's good side, but these umps clearly didn't have a good side. They were just out there being jackasses.
It almost looked like... Sorry.
No, it just didn't look like Brandon Lau said anything. I don't know.
No,
I've watched it multiple times. He
saying
didn't
stuff
say
up
it.
there.
Maybe under his breath, but like, I don't know. It didn't look like it, but I don't know.
No, but it's not enough to get kicked out.
Well, the thing I wonder is, and you said it there, is whenever, he went to tap, but he was staring at the dugout to look, were they already, like, very vocal at this? Because, like, you see them a lot. So, like, that's the thing. It's like, well, if you're going to scream and then you can't expect ump to be on the good, like, treat you like, they're emotional. Umps aren't human. They're not human.
He got mad, but then he gets mad that he missed the call, and then he's like, "Well, you guys were distracting me." It's like, well, you should be looking at the batter. Like, it's like, and it's like he did it right away. Like, when you could have seen it, he was looking past him. Like, he could have seen him do it, but he just didn't let him. He didn't give it to him. So I mean, in my opinion, I think the ump is just being a jackass. But it is also the Pirates. I mean,
so I need to pepper him.
With the ABS system, you guys should not be yelling from the dugout. It's kind of let the guy up at bat decide it. You know what I mean?
I was just gonna say, bro, there might not be any more umps in a couple, maybe like 5 years or whatnot with the ABS instead, because ABS is winning against the umpires. I don't know the stat on it, but 100% I know they're getting a lot of calls wrong, and they're getting literally embarrassed in front of everyone.
I'll also say some of them are bad, but a lot of them feel like they get them wrong by like 0.1 inch or like 0.2
Oh,
inches,
yeah, there's a lot of them.
That's not that bad, to be
That's
honest.
actually what I was about to say. The margin of error is 0.2 inches. So
it's not not terrible.
But that's why you need an umpire.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
If there's technically always a margin of error, then you have to use the technology so you minimize using that margin of error.
So I think like the umps are safe. I think the umps jobs are safe for like a little bit longer. Maybe not 5 years, but maybe like I'd give them 15, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Wait till they're only adding more technology with the check swing challenge thing that's coming up in the future.
Yeah.
So, like, they just need these guys not necessarily to call the game and dictate it now, which is what they do, and get their emotions in it, which ruins it,
Yeah.
but more just be kind of like these guys who use the technology to make sure everything's going
It's basically they're just
objectively.
managing the game.
Yeah,
That's what
managing the
doing.
game. They're instead of it being so subjective and opinionated and emotional, it's going to be more objective, which is what we all want.
Exactly. There's no more expanding strike zones for vets. Fucking, like doing it if you're mad at the other team.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, there's no more doing that bullshit.
Who was that? Walker Bueller?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, give me a strike. It's like, dude, hit the zone. Like, what are you talking about?
I remember that. Going into the last game against the Twins and the Pirates, Zebby Matthews got them on. He went 4 innings, 6 hits, 7 earned runs with 7 strikeouts. Ashcraft got them on again, and boy, did he play well. He went
good.
6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs. I know he wants to get that back, but 11 strikeouts. I think his highest strikeouts was 9, so he beat his total all time. Key hitters, Ryan O'Hearn, this is his first game back. And what does he do? He goes 2 for 4 and gets a home run for us. And Nicky G went 1 for 3 and got his first ever home run on the season since late. I don't know what it was, like last year in like June, I think it was.
Yeah. And he didn't break his leg. Let's go.
Yeah, he did it. Henry Davis went 1 for 3. He had 2 RBIs. Lau had an RBI, and honestly, Lau, he's been slacking a little bit. He hasn't been getting much in this series. He hasn't been doing much, but also just other guys are stepping up. So I'm not too worried. But Magnum got an RBI and Jared Triolo got an RBI, and the Pirates win 9-3, and the Pirates sweep their first series of this year in 2026, and they sweep the Twins. Thoughts on overall, like all these games, and I thought these games are awesome. This is like the first time I actually like really watched almost every single game, and it was.
This 6-game stretch was amazing, I'm not gonna lie. And also, Caleb, you did bring up a good point about like Brandon Lau slacking, but these other guys bringing batters up. And I did want to bring that up because I think like our batting is just. I mean, at times, yeah, we go cold, but I think a lot of games it's half the lineup does good, which is like that works out for most of the time. Where it's like half the like if. Let's say, for example, if Nicky G's having a good game, Brandon Lau might not be having a good game. If O'Neal Cruz is having a good game, then frickin' what's his face, Jared Triolo is not having a good game. It feels like these guys pick each other up in good situations, and that's why we've been able to be competitive in these games.
Well, I just want to mention also is just like we would have more wins if it's just when you come like even talking about Carmen getting independent, how much he would help us. We don't have that middle guy that could just like Dotel that could just get in 3 innings. Like most of our losses are because of the bullpen, and we can't keep leads. I don't want to fully put the blame on them, but it's on paper it literally is. I think like 10 of our wins are literally blown leads because of the bullpen.
I mean, if we brought it up like every episode, I think it's an issue with.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
But that's if the bats are good. It's just trying to.
And that's why Mlodzinski's pissing me off, man.
Yeah.
That's the stat I sent you today. What was it? The 4 teams that hit over 300 runs this season are the Braves, Yankees, Dodgers, and Pirates.
And
we're not even second place in our division.
Those teams. All those teams are steamrolling. Yeah.
Yeah. Going into the Pirates next week outlook, though, we do come up against the Astros and the Braves. Just to recap the National League Central before we get into that outlook. Bottom of the division, the Reds are 30-28. We are sitting at 32-28. Cardinals are 30-26. Cubs are 32-27, and Brewers are 35-21. So the only team, honestly, that's rolling right now is the Brewers. Everyone else is pretty close right now. But yet again, if we could just keep leads, I felt like we could be in the second place position. Your guys' thoughts on that, and obviously the next week outlook is going to be pretty tough. Obviously, Yordan Alvarez, he is playing absolutely out of his mind. I should stop talking shit on him because when I said that, he went absolutely on a tear with home runs. And the Braves are obviously the best team in the MLB right now.
Yep.
And we have to play 3 games each with the Astros and the Braves. Your thoughts?
Well,
Wait, Caleb. I want to ask you, Myles. You asked me this last time. Before you say anything, just prediction. What's the record going to be with these 2 tough teams coming up?
You got. I was actually about to talk about this. You got pitchers. You got Burrows versus Chandler. I think that's basically a wash. So that one's going to be hard to predict. Schemes versus
Yeah.
Spencer Arrighetti. Arrighetti's 7-1, got a 1.73.
He's really good.
Damn.
That guy's
He's
that guy's
really good.
fucking
Holy.
killing
Really good.
it.
Yeah, he's killing.
Taiwei Tang has a 2.57 ERA against Jones. Martin Perez is 2-2. Former
Oh
Bucco
my
got a 2.79 or 3.79, I think it is. Spencer Strider is one of the best arms. I mean, I don't know. They might win 2 or 3 in Houston, but they're losing this road trip. They're losing this road
isn't
trip.
looking
This might
like
be
a
their
good
first
outlook
road
to
trip.
me, guys.
I'm thinking
And we
2 and 4.
We don't
I
play good on the
agree.
road
Over the
either.
trip. No.
I would say if I would love to at least get 2 games from both of these teams, but
Yeah.
we're probably gonna get swept by the Braves. I mean, the Braves are just the best team
Yeah.
in the MLB, and they have arms and they have hitters that are just playing out like outrageous right now. So
Going to be a tough stretch. We
Yeah.
talked about it months ago about the schedule, how they needed to win these games a few weeks back, and they went a little iffy. You could look at this schedule, keep going. They got the Dodgers even the series after. This is
Yeah.
going to be a tough
Yeah.
stretch.
Yeah, like that's why I wanted to ask what you guys thought this, because I can honestly see us maybe like dropping 5 games in this stretch. To be honest with you, like Miles, you listed off those pitchers.
yeah, but
I mean, the bats are good, but Jesus Christ, I mean that's 6 back-to-back tough matchups pretty much. So I mean,
yeah, we'll
I
get to
can
the
see us
Dodgers
dropping a couple games.
next episode. But bro, when we play the Dodgers, we play good against the Dodgers. To be honest with
Yeah,
you, but
yeah,
that'll
we do.
be
We
for
do.
next episode. But these 2
that'll be a
games
fun
are going to be
series.
yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Houston's
but
the ones
also,
that were.
no, you can go.
Oh, sorry. What were we going to say? Oh, Houston was the ones that were supposed to be the easy wins, and then we did our pre episode research, and then they got Hader and Altuve supposed to be coming back soon. So it's like, well, they're going to be a completely different team than they've been all year. They've been terrible, but I don't know. We have the
never showed
momentum.
us.
That's all we have. That's all we have.
Yeah.
That's all we have is the momentum, I'd say.
Yep.
Also, we learned that the MLB proposes the first salary cap since August of 1994 at $245.3 million, with a salary floor of $171.2 million. So this means that I think this is for next season, right? Next season.
Yeah, they
What
would
do I know?
vote
Yeah,
on it.
so
I
next
believe
season
this
we-
offseason.
We technically, if this was for this season, we would have to spend what $50 more million for that. And
Love
also,
that.
if an owner does not spend the 171, the floor, they also get fined, and I think that comes out of their out of their actual money, I believe,
Oh, yeah,
right?
it comes out of their pocket. For
Does it?
sure. For
I believe
sure.
it does. But I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on that because I saw on Twitter they were like, "Oh, if we spend like 50 million or whatnot, maybe we could have been better or whatnot." And I think this is perfect for the MLB. Obviously, salary cap is just out of the roof. The top teams are spending money and they're obviously having a result because of it. And when you have a team like the Pirates that now are just spending money, I think it's great for lower ball club teams like the White Sox, Pirates, and guys that are just super low on payroll.
I completely agree. I think the cap I'm not as much worried about, but the floor is what I really like because especially it helps us. Like you said, 50 million. I mean, you never know. We might not sign the best players, but forcing us to sign players and be more aggressive with that stuff, that's perfect for us. I mean, also for like teams like the A's where they don't pay anybody and they don't really do anything, and like kind of forcing them to like be competitive in this. I think it's just good for baseball, honestly.
Oh, I agree. I don't know how much, where would 50 million go? I don't realistically, I look at this roster
Could that just go to an extension? Like, does that count
It
as well?
could.
You could extend like Bryan Reynolds. Not that we would spend it, but like you could extend Bryan Reynolds for 50 million. Does that still count? I don't know
well,
if that still
I
counts or not.
think it's year by year. So if the salary cap, it would be whatever the AAV is per year, whatever the
Okay.
cap hit is per year.
Yeah.
So I was
That makes
actually
sense,
thinking about
yeah.
that. I was like, oh, if we extended Skeens now, would it push towards the thing? I don't know. I actually don't know. And I also, I worry a little bit about, obviously the Pirates don't make a ton of money, but I think that they'll figure it out. So they'll be fine. That can't be an excuse anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if we hear rumors of Nutting try to sell, but I don't think he will.
He won't do it.
I think we will get a lockout though. I am adamant that we will get a lockout.
You think?
I think we'll get I don't think this will pass. This will not, they will
I
fight
think-
this. Apparently there's been I don't know if it's billion or trillion. The lawyer war chest that they've been compiling to fight this has been a lot of money. So this is going to be
Holy
a long,
shit.
drawn out thing. Yeah.
Trillion.
They don't want this to happen. I think that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. But I know
Okay,
there's a
yeah.
big war chest. I know they have a lot of money saved for
crazy.
legal funds.
That's crazy.
So you think there would be a lockout for next season because of this?
I think it's going to be dirty. I mean,
No baseball.
every time they try this, that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know why they think this is the first time that it might. The players hate Bettman. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't. Oh
that's
no, not
true.
Bettman. Fuck Manfred. Damn it.
Yeah.
I always
You
get
did
them
that
two.
last time.
I did that last time.
But
Manfred.
why
Players hate
would the
Manfred.
players hate this though? I'm confused. Why would,
I don't know why. I can't believe the whole. I don't remember the exact whole reasoning of why they don't like it, but it feels like it's not. I don't know. I don't know who likes it.
So
I think owners
okay,
are the ones actually pushing for it.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, see, that's what I was thinking, because I guess I'm kind of thinking of a more like in like a owner kind of perspective, I guess. But like, I kind of thought it would be good for baseball. I mean, that's what my opinion would be of it. But like, now
They
you're
think
saying
it suppresses salaries and limits guarantees of contracts.
yeah,
Okay.
so it would, yeah. So the big players don't want that, but
well, half of the guys that get good money is that's mostly the Dodgers.
Everybody on the I was gonna say everybody on the Dodgers, but
all their money's not until goddamn like 2030, 2035 or whatnot, because it's all
Yeah.
voted out. But obviously we like the idea. It's just hopefully it passes.
It probably
Obviously,
won't
It's going to be a
happen.
long
Yeah.
process.
it's not gonna happen.
so they've done this before and it hasn't passed before.
Yeah, I mean they've tried this a long time. Like this is always what like throws.
I think
the
it always
wrench
comes
in
back
things.
to this.
It always comes back to this.
Yeah.
It's
Never
not going to
goes
work.
through.
It's not
It
going to
never
work.
goes through. Well, I mean, I can honestly probably see a lockout too, like to your point, because like I mean, didn't it happen last time they did it?
I
Or
think
am I
it was the
tweaking?
last. No, I think that's what it was part of the reason that it was last time, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like primarily. It just
Oh yeah, I
Every
think it was
time
the
it-
others.
every time it gets played around with, it's just it only further exacerbates like the tension between things.
Yeah, and then it's
And
like
making
of
it a
course,
main
nothing's gonna
issue.
get done with that.
No, especially when you make it a main issue. But
Mhm.
definitely keep an eye on it. I think they're supposed to be meeting. What was it, December or something? They're supposed to be meeting
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
So we'll hear more news. But I guess that wraps baseball. Should I take the helm over for the Steelers football section?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So first of all, I want to talk about is August 1st, it was announced the Steelers will have their first 2026 Hall of Honor class announced. They'll announce whoever is going to be a part of that. Not really sure who's exactly in it or not in it. I don't know if you guys have any predictions of, maybe any Steelers greats you could see in there. I wouldn't be surprised if they put like Tomlin in it, gave him like a nice warm welcome into the city. But I don't know. The Hall of Honor is rather new, so there's a lot of big names that are missing from it. Just want to throw that on there, see if you guys had any predictions for it or any names you guys might want to see honored.
I don't know, ball. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie, you're putting me on the spot. I can't think of anything right now, dude.
I mean, who's all in it? I don't know who's all in it already.
The last year's class was Joey Porter, Pouncey, and
Yeah.
Roethlisberger.
That was the first
time they
ever
I was
did
at
it.
that game.
So they-
I was at
No.
that game.
No, it's been going around
There's
for like
only
10
three
years
in it?
now, but it's been going around for like 10 years now. But like, it's a lot of the old guys are already in it, but it's the newer guys that aren't really in it. So you got to kind
Was
of
like
think
Polamalu in it?
Antonio Brown?
I actually considered that.
That would be
Polamalu is
fire.
in it.
That would be
Okay.
fire.
Polamalu is in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if you guys had anything in mind of that. I think definitely keep eye on more recent players. Ward
Mhm.
is in it. Lev Bell is not good enough to be in it. I would assume
No.
probably not. Kenny Pickett maybe. I could consider that.
He's
but
up
We'll
there.
consider
Yeah,
that.
he's
Yeah,
up
he
there.
could be. He can make it. He got a good chance.
But
Mhm.
keeping with the honors, though, it's going to be first year that Big Ben's going to be on the Hall of Fame ticket. Do we think he can be a first ballot? Or
I think
no?
he
I
will.
don't think he's not. I don't think he's good enough yet.
You don't think
or
he
not
will?
yet. I don't think his ticket's good enough. And with the off-field stuff, it also obviously
Yeah,
makes.
that does damper everything. And you know what? To your point, I think a lot of the shit that like, I mean, like if you've seen Debo's podcast and Joey Porter on podcasts and stuff, whenever they talk about him and like the not talking very highly of his leadership and of his
Hmm.
locker room antics. And we all know what he did with the motorcycle crash and what he did with his allegations and all of that. So yeah, that does really put a damper on your first ballot. But
I mean,
I think
bro,
he'll make it.
bro, who gives a fuck about the Hall of Fame? I'm gonna be
No,
honest with you. I don't
oh,
like, bro. First off, Bill Belichick isn't being eligible because of that. Tom Brady's not being eligible for that. That's complete bullshit. I don't care. Those two, Bill Belichick's the greatest fucking coach ever. I don't care what he's done on or off the field or what he said, whatever he believe. I do not like. I don't give a shit about the Hall of
wait,
Fame no
why
more.
is he
It's kind of like a
ineligible?
joke for. I think I don't know what it was, but it's I think I forget what it was. But Tom
No,
Brady and them are not
Belichick. It's
eligible. I think it's just
Belichick. Belichick
Belichick
didn't
and
get
Tom Brady.
voted. Yeah, Belichick
He
didn't
didn't
get
get
voted
no, he
in
didn't
for
get
the
voted
cheating
in. Yeah,
stuff. For the
yeah, the
cheating
cheating
stuff.
stuff. That's what it was.
Yeah,
But it's
no,
just
that's
like
fucked.
it's just that's why I don't care much about the Hall of Fame. It's not really. I don't think even players care too much either, just
No.
because of that. And who get like. If all they want is just Super Bowls money, and that's the main childhood dream is winning a Super Bowl. Like I don't think I think the Hall of Fame way back in the days was more prestigious and whatnot, but now it's like even with the MLB and the Hall of Fame, how like Barry Bonds and all those steroids and shit and all that, and how literally everyone was taking steroids, like everyone knew that, and Barry Bonds, the greatest baseball player of all time, most home runs ever in a single season, is not in the Hall of Fame. It doesn't. I don't like. I don't feel the prestigious of the Hall of Fame, and if Ben doesn't make it, I don't think he even cares. To be honest with you, he's had an amazing
Sometimes
career.
I feel like we just talked about like the Hall of Honor and all that. I feel like sometimes like at least for me, I feel like being like a legend for a team, like not if you don't even make the Hall of Fame, if you're a legend for a team, like that to me is like that's great good enough as being a Hall of Famer. Like imagine every time you show up at a game, people are freaking screaming and shouting. They're so excited to see you because you won one Super Bowl with them or whatever, and that makes you a
Hmm.
legend forever. Like
Well, for some
that to me is more
franchises.
for some franchises, yes, but like and to me it's like it to me like Caleb's point that could feel a little bit more prestigious than some of these Hall of Fame inductees that we see nowadays.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
agree.
even. It's just. Or even Nick Saban even said it like he was disappointed on Bill Belichick not making. He's the greatest fucking college football coach
Yeah,
ever, and it's just it. I don't. I get the cheating scandal, and obviously we were in the run with the Patriots back in the day and whatnot, and we got stubbed out because of that one call or whatnot that it wasn't
Jesse
apparently wasn't a
James.
touchdown, yeah, or whatnot. But it's at the end of the day, you have 7 Super Bowl rings. Come on,
Yeah,
you should make the Hall of Fame. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's all I wanted to hear from you guys. But moving on to the actual on the field stuff. Patrick Queen's in his final year of his contract. There's been talks apparently towards an extension, but there's been no like real substantial movement. Wanted to pick your brains at maybe what you see from him, if you would want him back. I think there was a lot of mixed play from him. His play was definitely a bag that wasn't certainly consistent. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see them target a middle linebacker in the draft. Certainly, it's definitely something I've thought about recently, and I know he brings a lot of stability and that experience, but I don't know. What do you think, Caleb? Would
No,
you
it's
bring
just
him back?
when he, when I remember when we first traded for him or whatnot, and obviously we played the Ravens two games every season and whatnot, and obviously I watched him when he was on the Ravens and how much aggression he brought out when he was on the field and whatnot, and when he came to the Steelers for this first season, I felt like he really wasn't that impactful. I felt like,
Hmm.
especially up to his contract. Um, I don't. I mean, if the money's right, sure, but. I mean, who's other Patrick or what is it? Peyton Wilson's their other linebacker, right?
Yeah, and then I think
So
Cole Holcomb. I don't even know if they still
yeah.
have Cole Holcomb, but yeah, you do need a
So
linebacker.
I wouldn't be mad if they got rid of him or if they did not got rid of him if they didn't sign him again. But yet again, he brings that veteran presence, so they always take that in account. But I felt like he didn't do much as when we signed. Like when we signed him, it was such a big thing. Like I was super hype about it, and then on the field, even this season or last season, like I felt like he was nowhere. To be honest with
Yeah,
you, I just felt like he was the
are
last
we
guy to
talking about
tackle the
Queen?
guy. Yeah,
yeah, we are talking about Queen. Would
Queen
you give
was
him the
invisible
extension?
out there. No, Queen was invisible out there all last season. He was
exactly.
horrible. He was horrible.
Felt like he wasn't anywhere.
And we hyped that shit up so bad. Oh, we stole him from the Ravens. Oh, we stole him from the Ravens. We didn't do shit against the Ravens when we played them. and he didn't do anything last year. Like Caleb
Mhm.
said, he was always the last to the ball.
And he's also
I
slow. Like, I'm sorry,
is
he's
very
like,
slow.
I don't
He
know,
is
dude.
very
slow.
Like,
slow.
He's slow.
I love him. Like, I don't
He's
know,
a great
dude. It's just-
personality, but he's
Yeah.
kind of a liability out there with his speed.
he is.
He's a
And you
product
never
of
have Peyton
Roquan
Wilson.
Smith.
Obviously, isn't he's still growing. Obviously, as a young linebacker right now, he's not to his peak, but I wouldn't be mad if we didn't extend him.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with those takes. I'm not mad at those ideas. With more on the field stuff, Rico Dowdle arrived for his first reps at OTAs. What are your guys' thoughts on the backfield? I know that was our debut
Logan-
Substack article from
Yeah,
Logan.
Logan can take
You guys,
that.
a lot of people high on Dowdle from this first week of OTAs. Stat line predictions, anything specific? You want to reaffirm anything or change anything you put in that article?
Well, I mean, I'll reaffirm it. I think that he's still going to be the starter. Like I'll double down on it right now. I mean, I think just looking at the history of what he's already played under what's his face, Mike McCarthy's system. I think Mike McCarthy he wasn't, if I'm not mistaken, I think he was the starter after Ezekiel left,
Yep.
or if he was
him and-
splitting with him.
With Pollard.
Pollard,
yeah,
that's what I was thinking of. But he still was effective, and I think we see that in Carolina too. When he is splitting downs, he is more effective in a way. Like when he can get that, he hits those quick runs. But and I could see him on those first and second downs, and we can use Jalen Warren on third and fourth, like I said. But I just think that Rico Dowdle is, even though he only had like 2 big games last year, I think that shows a flash in the pan that we're really going to like. And I think that Mike McCarthy, there's a reason we brought him in. And I think it's just, he's going to be comfortable with him. But Jalen Warren's not going to he's not going to disappear from this offense. Don't expect that.
Yeah,
No, he's not.
I would disagree from that point. I do still think Jalen Warren will still get the RB1 position. Rico and Jalen, they're very similar in stats. There's not much of a gap there when it
they
came to
are.
the 2026 season. But I just think Jalen's obviously more smaller, more elusive, or is that the word to use? More
Elusive,
quick.
yeah, elusive, yeah.
He's
And
also
Rico,
a
I feel like
bruiser.
Rico, like I'm not like Rico is good too. I just feel like he's a bigger body, and it's a guy that I would rather use on a third or fourth down. But yet again, these two are really good, and it's going to be a tough decision
Wait,
for Mike McCarthy.
Caleb, so you would flip it. You would
I would
do
rather have Jalen Warren.
1 and 2.
Jalen Warren should still be the one. That's his backfield.
So you would
100%.
want Rico to come out on third and fourth downs.
Yeah, but also you can still flip that. Like I don't know
No,
how
that's
we
what
use Gainwell as well. Like they both were just 50-50, and just like
That's what
how
I'm
like
saying.
how the Lions use Montgomery. Well, Montgomery and I guess
Well-
Gibbs. So it's a little different, but still the same concept. But
I mean, also, like to your point, sorry to cut you off, but like to your point, you said that like they did have very similar stats last year. You are right, and I think they are very similar runners. They're very similar runners, and like, but to me, Jalen Warren has that more fucking go through you kind of style where he's more of a bruiser.
100%. He was leading in the NFL. Sorry, with like broken tackles at one point in the season. I remember that stat.
And,
He brought
like,
a lot of broken tackles.
And I think that's why I think Rico should be on 1 and 2, because I think he's more of that like spinning, moving kind of guy. He could take some hits too, but like I think he is that more elusive guy. Even though Jalen has some elusiveness to him, I think he is more elusive in the backfield.
Yeah, it's not a bad point. It's going to be a tough decision for McCarthy. I don't know who he goes with. If he goes with the bias with Rico or stays with Jalen as obviously Jalen certified in the RB1 in the Steelers room.
Yeah, it
last
really
season,
could go
and-
either way, to be honest with you. But I'm just leaning more towards Rico given the history.
What do you think, Miles?
Well, I think maybe this my personal thing is I think they'll split the role. I think I think one of them goes down. I think Warren probably gets hurt
One
for
of them
some reason.
will.
I think Warren probably gets hurt. And I think we see the depth tapped into. I think Rico probably finishes with more yards at the end of the year.
What about Keldon
that's not-
Johnson?
That's what I was actually. Keldon Johnson actually is going to the NBA Finals. You're thinking of Caleb Johnson.
Oh,
fellow
fuck.
home name
Caleb
of our
Johnson.
fellow
My bad.
fellow
I'm
co-host.
on the
Co-host.
Spurs
But no,
kick
it's
right
okay.
now.
It's okay. But I moved this one up in the notes actually because it fits more in this RB backfield talk. But McCarthy said at league meetings, if guys want to make the 53-man roster, you have to be able to do at least 2 jobs, unless you're the kicker or the quarterback. Travis Homer, he's a special teamer. He's a pass pro receiver and returner. Eli Heidenreich, special teamer, receiver, returner. Caleb Johnson, he doesn't have those talents, only a pure rusher.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of talks have been heating up of what we do with Caleb Johnson.
Well, I just want to say something about Eli. I've been seeing, like, before we get to this, Eli's been, like, at the tight end position, he's been at a lot of positions that they've been putting him at, which is crazy to me. But going off the Caleb Johnson, I don't know. Obviously, he didn't, his last game was when he dropped that, returning touch, or not the returning touchdown, but when he returned the ball, he dropped it, and we never seen him again. So, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know where they put Eli out at the depth chart. It just depends on where they put him at, right? Because he only can carry 3 RBs, right? Or can he carry 4?
You can practice squad 1. And also, you could carry 4. It's just one of them won't play. One of them will be a special teamer like Homer. I think they do have to make a decision, though, because it just feels like, you don't make the move for Eli. You don't make the move for Rico. You don't get Homer even. If Caleb Johnson is what does he go? I don't know. I put this in here because I think he's gone. I think his NFL career is defined by one moment and it's over.
That sucks.
It
sucks.
Sucks.
True. But yeah, just going off of the draft and what they did, it's most that lining straight into probably Caleb Johnson's probably cut. Yeah. Which sucks. I remember when we drafted him and looking at his highlights, I was like, dude, this dude's a power runner. Like, he just goes straight through the path, and didn't work out. Didn't work out at all.
Yeah. No, it was not what I expected from him. But we'll move to more personnel stuff. A lot of reports are coming out that they're using their slot cornerback position, the star role, like many other teams do. They're calling the sub package like LB the money position. Jalen Ramsey is able to play both those positions, the star role and the money linebacker, almost like a Charles Woodson. I want to see what you guys maybe think about him. We talked about him very little, it feels like, on these early episodes. Obviously, the secondary unit you have, Brisker, Porter now, and then we also signed Dean. So it's like, where does Ramsey even fit in? Where do you guys really see him doing? It kind of ties in with that Queen segment. If Ramsey's playing anywhere, do we really even need Queen? Where would you guys want to see Ramsey in with these older days?
I feel like Ramsey's the same way as Queen. Is just slow and just getting up there in age.
I disagree with that, though.
But I feel like plays. I just feel like maybe just don't press guys. But if you just stay back, fine. Don't press any receivers. If you stay back, if he's pressing a receiver, he's getting burned. That's my only thing about him. If he's going to stay back in the defensive motions and all that, fine. You can play wherever you want. But if you're going to press on guys, he can't keep up with them. I love his aggression.
Man. That's what I was gonna say. I think that Caleb's right. Man does not work with Jalen anymore.
He cannot be. But you saw it last season, how much he got beat. And how much he got just absolutely mossed. Like, you saw it all last season.
So it's clear that the middle linebacking is just not going to be able to man coverage at all. And that's going to be a defense, like, this defense needs to figure it out.
It just depends on what Graham does, how he goes about it. Obviously, he's obviously better defensive minding than our last defensive coordinator, obviously Austin. So it just depends on how he uses everyone. I still have high praise for our defense. Like, I think we should definitely play better. Like, on paper, we got better coaches. We got whatnot. We got better, obviously, Dean, Brisker, and all better defensive guys. But I don't know. But Ramsey, he can't play man. I hate the break. He can't play man at all.
Do you, with this coming out and you see him maybe used in more positions, do you think he's going to get more or less time from last year? I don't know. I feel like he's going to get. I actually don't know if he's going to get more or less time. All these other guys make me feel like he's not going to get time. But if you're comparing him to Charles Woodson, kind of makes me feel like they're going to put him on the field a lot. So I don't know.
Who compared him to Charles Woodson? Who did that?
I think it was the coaching staff. I don't remember who on their coaching staff it was.
In his prime, bro, he was good. But, like,
Joe Witt.
What do you think?
But I think we talked about this on one episode about Jalen Ramsey sort of getting phased out of the defense. And to me, I still think I don't think it'll be as extreme as we were talking about in the past episode. I forget which one it was, but I do think. I mean, they're talking about putting him in the star role, and it's just I don't really know, man. Because like last season, it just felt like he had a great beginning of the year, and then he sort of dropped
Mm-hmm.
off in the second half of the season. And so, I mean, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if he can really be our star defensive player. I don't. That's just how what I think about it.
I guess
I
I
mean,
will have to figure it out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's
I
really
don't
what it
know.
is.
I don't know if he.
That
I don't think he
it,
could even play the whole year. We'll see.
that I think he will get hurt at some point. I mean, you saw it last year. He was just kind of like getting little micro injuries every here and there, and he played through it. But I mean,
he's
you
good
know,
on the
he is
blitz.
getting up there.
Really good. He's pretty solid on the blitz when he goes out to the quarterback. He had 3 sacks this season.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I don't. He shouldn't play man. But we'll see
Maybe
how
that's
they
what
yeah.
we
do that.
do.
I
If
don't
they
know.
keep him as a slot corner, that star role, they just put him on the
Mm,
outside, not in man, just as a
Yeah,
slot
that.
blitzing corner.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I like that.
but carrying on, it was a very quick clip that I wanted to cover on. But Drew Aller was running scramble drills. A lot of clips went viral this week from the quarterbacks. From
Oh, I should
Rodgers
have
looking
got
a
it.
little unathletic in his
Yeah.
warm ups, or
I should have brought it to this. I should have recorded
yeah,
that. Yeah, it
or
was
Drew
awful.
Aller. He had a nice little
Yeah.
flick. People were comparing Drew to Rodgers. Not
And then I
really
saw
sure
stuff
your
about
guys'
Will
thoughts on all
Howard
this.
when he did that flick, and they were doing the same drill, and how they were like, "Oh, Will Howard's cut. It was so slow or whatnot." I don't know what they do. I wrote an article about the Will Howard, Mason Rudolph, and what they do on quarterback. I really don't know what they do at all. Obviously, Aller's 100% on the roster. Like
Oh,
he like
absolutely.
100%. It's just I don't know, man, what they do with Mason Rudolph
It,
and
it, it really
Will
feels like
Howard.
the conversation is switching. Like it started between Drew and Howard, but now it's switching. Like who
Yeah.
is it,
It's definitely
Mason or
switching.
Howard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you just said.
But Rodgers can still
People are
flick the
impressed.
ball. He can still flick it. I try. I'm in the. I'm
Those legs ain't looking good. Those legs
No,
look
they're
like he's
not.
stuck in
Not at
jelly.
all. Absolutely. Yeah, it's cooked. But man, I'm just believing. I'm just giving my hopes up to Rodgers, and I don't know. He just had you like on paper. You have
All
better
right.
offensive minded guys or whatnot, and you have better receivers or whatnot. So you should play better.
Well, okay. I want to say this about Aaron Rodgers' shitty footwork. Um, I wouldn't jump the gun too fast. I see this as a 42-year-old guy not trying that hard in OTAs. That's what I see
That
it
is
as.
also true. At
Okay,
least
True.
he's there. He is there.
that's what I'm saying. Like he's there. He's just fucking. He's getting them old bones warmed up for this season. You know what I mean? He's not trying to go out there and do nothing too crazy. He's getting into the groove of
And
it.
what was it that you said last episode? Like by this point, he wouldn't have even been signed last year. So
Yeah,
like at
I
least he's
think.
there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's like, or I think I was saying like I thought he was going to try to avoid OTAs or whatever. So yeah, I am
Yeah.
glad to see him there and see him be involved in this whole entire process. And I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it's like Caleb was talking about. You guys were talking about with Drew. Like I obviously was high on Will Howard, but as the days are passing on, it's looking like Will Howard's probably going to get practice squad. To be honest with
Hmm.
you, or cut at this point. I don't. I think they're. I think we're going to stick with veteran Mason Rudolph. To be honest with you,
And I'm
I'm
leaning
kind of
towards
flipping
that
my
too.
opinion.
I said I'd rather us go Will Howard in the article, but I feel like just Mason's gonna
Y-
make the roster, which just
Yeah.
sucks though because we couldn't see anything from Will Howard. That's what I just want.
Mm-hmm.
I know they have to cut them 53-man roster right at preseason, right, or
Mm-hmm.
like before that. So like we're not gonna be able to. So if they do cut Will Howard, we can't see anything from him, which I wish we could
Yeah.
just see something from him, obviously, but we haven't. So
It also just feels like kind of like I mean, if we don't see how good this guy is, it will just feel like wasted potential. I mean, we didn't really pick him too high, obviously, but you
no.
know, it's like we never got to see what we could have gotten if he does
Mhm.
end up getting cut or practice squatted.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes anywhere, and even if you take the smallest chance of him being serviceable or good somewhere
Mm-hmm.
else, yeah, you just look like an idiot, and
Yeah,
it's
But I
gonna
wouldn't.
haunt fans forever.
I wouldn't be mad if we do cut him though, because I really do. I don't like Penn State and whatnot, but
I
Drew
believe,
Aller, I really do. I really do
yeah,
think Drew
yeah,
Aller, if
yeah.
he can, his arm's really good, and I really like a quarterback that has a really nice arm, and if he just gets that footwork down, and I do feel like he could be a solid quarterback, maybe in the
Mm.
future when it comes to next season or what we do next season. You never
No.
know.
Like you said, he got that Rodgers flick already, man. So I mean, shit, you know.
I believe in the kid.
But let's move on to who's going to be catching the ball. A lot of conversation obviously is not about above the
He's
top
not
two,
catching
two
the ball.
position. DK and Pittman, those are the top two guys. But who's going to be the number three? Is it going to be Bernard? Is it going to be Wilson? Well, Mike McCarthy. Who do you say is
Well-
one of the first people?
Well, let's watch the video here.
The first man to reach out, just clearly ask, what the expectation was of him, how I viewed him, how I saw him fitting in as the roles, the role as far as X, F and Z, and he's doing the work. He's had a great offseason, so I just need him to keep showing up and keep working his tail off because he's got a skill set. There's a lot there to work with, so Roman's done a really nice job.
Yeah, he's putting himself out there, like you said.
Hey, at least this coach knows his name, knows he exists at least. Instead of
feel
just
like,
didn't draft him to sit on the sideline.
I just feel like just Mike McCarthy coming in, he's going to get a better shot at it. I guess. I didn't really believe much when it came to Mike Tomlin at the offensive minded, because obviously he kind of took over that, and it was with also who was the Arthur Smith as well. So I'm glad they at least believe in the kid or whatnot. But I think still Jeremy Bernard still takes WR3, and also he's looking good. He's leading the wide receivers in OTAs and stuff like that. I've been seeing reports. So obviously I want Jeremy Bernard to be the WR3, but hey, if we can use Roman Wilson when it comes to it, and he does have good hands, bro. He is when that was his one thing when it came out of the draft was his hands out of Michigan. That was the number one thing about him was he can catch the ball. So
He made some good catches. He doesn't have the blazing speed, but he can make some big catches.
I will say too. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I mean, I am impressed that he hasn't lost the fire yet. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, he was injured for his was it his whole rookie year? Came in, played basically garbage time, got 2 garbage time touchdowns, and that was pretty much it. And to see him being proactive and trying to get that role, I mean, I like to see it. Do I think he's going to be wide receiver 3? No. Do I think he's going to get good reps? Yes. I think Mike McCarthy will actually use him, and I hope that he doesn't ruin his chance, because I did like the pick, and I just kind of have been upset with him and how he misses her whole year and how he hasn't really done anything. But like you said, Caleb, that might just be something down to Arthur Smith and them not believing in him.
Mm-hmm.
Over under 200 yards for Roman Wilson this season.
The entire season, I'm going to say
200
over,
yards.
to be honest with you. Under.
Over.
Okay.
Over.
Okay.
Okay.
Over. Dude, I believe in his coaching staff. I
Caleb,
believe in his
Caleb
coaching
and
staff.
me don't agree on half the things that we're talking
I know
about.
I'm when it comes to outside this podcast, I talk a lot of shit on the Pirates, but I'm overly confident on the Steelers this year.
I'm being I'm being a Yinzer.
I'm not being. Yeah, I really think bringing all this new coaching staff and whatnot, and the whole look, and obviously Rodgers is Rodgers, and he'll do what he wants. But I do believe our offense should look better. It shouldn't be no jet sweep and whatnot and all this fancy fucking bullshit with fucking tight ends. It should be actual modern fucking wide receiver touchdown football. It should be that way. And if it's not that way, then maybe it is the quarterback. I don't know. I have no clue. We'll see.
All right. Well, our next topic. Rookie first rounder, Max Iheanacho. Yes. Max Iheanacho.
Iheanacho.
A lot of Iheanacho? Yeah. A lot of news with him this week. Bought $100,000 Hellcat. A lot of people are giving him some bad props for this, but good to see the rookie stunting. Not good to see him though. He's stuck on the second team too. A lot of hands-on coaching. Obviously, we knew he was a very raw prospect, but it's kind of seeming like he probably won't be the day one starter on the outside. Want to hear your guys' thoughts on that?
Dylan Cook's gonna win that position.
I agree.
When Dylan Cook came in last season, he was awesome, wasn't he? He didn't give up a sack at all. At all, and he was versing. Didn't he verse Myles Garrett? He versed someone. I don't know if it was the Bengals or he versed a star pass rusher. It might have been Parsons. I don't know, but he came in and he didn't give up a sack at all from the top pass rusher. I really like Dylan Cook. I think Dylan Cook wins this position.
I completely agree. Any thoughts, Logan? Anything you want to see from our first round pick this year? Maybe not going to be first round or starting talent.
Well, I'd want to see him play. I mean, like I talked about this, like I saw this as a panic pick, and that's sort of what it's looking like now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see him in the preseason, see how he does. But
I mean,
Dylan
yeah,
Cook's much better. I think he's
Yeah,
much
I
more
don't-
ready.
Yeah, I don't think he'll earn a starting job. I just, you don't. I want to see him play. Obviously, you want to see your first round players play, and so I think he'll come in at some point. You know that O-line's like somebody's gonna go down at some point, so he's gonna find his way
Mhm.
in there. And I hope whenever he does, he establishes himself and he can stay.
But we're gonna need bodies. So I think he'll definitely play. We're gonna need, but it's gonna be in and out switch or whatnot. We're gonna need bodies. It's just I don't think he gets the opening day start. That's the question.
There's a lot of debates already starting on a few positions on that offensive line.
Yeah,
It really feels
it's
like
up
there's
in
not
there.
many
Yep.
solid positions at all. Like Calvin Anderson might get a start. Dunker could even play him way into a role.
Dunker. That's my boy.
yeah,
I might get a
Dunker.
jersey.
We'll just have to see how it all plans out. But finishing with OTAs, insider Jerry Dulac has reported that corner Dalen Everett has actually been the most impressive rookie out of the batch so far. I think he's going to be CB3 on the roster probably, but get some good playing time. I'm looking really, really impressed with this pick. We were pretty high on him last few episodes, but I mean, yeah, you guys' thoughts on this? I mean, don't sound surprised at all.
Yeah, he's guy out of Georgia. I mean, dude had a solid season last season with the Bulldogs. And I really like him too. I don't have much else to say except that.
Do we think he plays? Do you think he plays, or is he going to special teamer? I mean, you still have Asante Samuel as well, guys.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off
tough.
there, Logan.
No, you're fine. I was just gonna
I
say.
don't know, Logan, you can go. I don't know.
I was just gonna say I was just gonna say. All right, yeah, we're getting messed up right here. All right, but I was gonna say it's exactly what I expected. I mean, him coming out of Georgia, coming out of Kirby Smart's defensive mind. I think he makes great defensive players. So I mean, I was expecting him to impress. But who was the guy you just brought up?
Asante Samuel Jr.,
Asante
the
Samuel.
Charger.
I think
picked
he's obviously he is going to be like CB2 probably, but I still think that Everett's going to get good playing time for sure.
Well, I think he has better size when it comes to Samuel. Everett's more of a physical type of guy when it comes to his size because he's 6'1".
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's a bit on the physical side. I don't know about speed and whatnot, but I think Everett ran like a 4.3 or whatnot. I think.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him as a prospect.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I
There's
thought
a
our
lot
draft,
to
like
keep
we
eyes
talked
on
about it. We talked about our draft. I thought we did awesome in our draft. I thought we did pretty good.
He might
All
be the
guys
best
we
player.
got.
I think he might be the best player so far. Most impressive, at least. I think he is the most to prove. I'm really excited to see what he does. But yeah, that's what I compiled for the Steelers this week.
Yeah,
Move
moving
on to our
on from
bonus?
this. Yeah, move on. No, we're gonna. Whoa! We haven't talked about the Penguins in a
Oh, my
couple two
bad, my
episodes
bad,
though.
my
But
bad.
the Penguins right now, they signed Evgeni Malkin to a 1-year deal, $5.5 million. Oh, what just happened? Oh, okay, we're good. I don't know what just happened.
What'd you do?
All right, whatever. I didn't do anything. It just said Miles wasn't recording. But whatever. Move on. Oh, but he just got kicked out.
What does that happen? All right.
No, I'm gonna have to edit all this shit out. Oh my god, I
we-
think we're gonna have to restart the pod. I'm not
No,
even
we're
joking.
not.
Don't just keep
Oh,
it
no, you're
going
good.
and cut.
Oh, we're good. All right. Going
Yeah,
on to
you're
the
cutting
Penguins,
this.
though, Evgeni Malkin signed that 1-year deal, $5.5 million. Good signing from me. I said it in the Substack on my blog about it. I'm glad that we signed him back. Obviously, he's under $6 million. I felt like that was a sweet spot, $5.5 million. And you can check out my articles. I don't really know what the Penguins are to do. Obviously, it's still in the Stanley Cup final. There's not much moves going on right now. We don't know if they're going to spend money or not. I don't know if you guys, Logan, if you have any thoughts if they're going to spend money or whatnot. I feel like they should spend a bit of money just because of obviously Letang, Crosby, Malcolm. They're all back together. They're on their last legs, obviously. Mostly Malcolm and Letang. I think Crosby's still got a couple more years. but they have a lot of cap space. They're the number one team in cap space. They have a lot of draft capital. They have a lot of moves that they could make. It just depends on what Dubas wants to do. I don't know
I
if you
think
guys
they
have any
have to
thoughts
spend.
on.
I think
I
they
thought it
have
was
to
a
spend.
steal,
I
too.
mean, yeah, like that. Obviously, the Malkin signing was a steal, but like you said, Caleb, I think we have to kind of go for a couple big players, or maybe a player or two in free agency, because like we were the second seed, probably really shouldn't have been there because of our record. We kind of stat padded that, but you know we and we weren't expected to be there from the beginning of the season. But when I just feel like if we had one or two more pieces, we could have definitely beat the Flyers, and then maybe we could have won the second round. Like I just feel like a couple more pieces and we're there. To be honest with you, we're there in contention.
Oh yeah, but bro, we got 98 points. Obviously, like you said, the overtime losses and whatnot, they really helped us and whatnot.
Stat
But
padding.
yeah, but dude, 98 point season. We were not even supposed to be. I said in my article, like the first article I made, we weren't even supposed to be in contention.
Exactly.
Everyone thought, and I thought we were gonna get Gavin McKenna. Not we were gonna get him, but we wanted him, and like that was the
Yeah.
goal. And you seen a team that had a lot of guys that were great signings. Anthony Mantha, Brazeau, Kindle coming up as an 18-year-old playing solid, and Novak, Gerard that we got, Soderblom, like all those guys, even our goalie. Hey, we're in a good spot right now with the Penguins. Obviously, there's not much going on with Miles. Do you have any thoughts on the Penguins so far or whatnot before we move on to the
I don't
bonus
know.
content?
I mean, yeah, like I do feel like it is a good signing, and I like Malkin being back, but I don't know. This whole thing about being a few pieces, like I feel like this team is just very like volatile. Like the last year, it was a few pieces that we put throughout the year that got us here. Like those pieces aren't guaranteed to stay. They were small pieces.
No.
Yeah, it was around the core. But that core's old. I just worry about, getting the right pieces in the right time. You don't have a big window. You maybe have one or two big swings to make before this chapter's done. I don't know. I think, yeah, you said they have a lot of money, but I just don't want to see them get overzealous and maybe commit money to the wrong areas. Because at the end of the day, you know who's engineering the team. It's not going to be someone you bring in on a contract.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's 50-50 with me. Going away from Penguins hockey though, bonus content. The NBA Finals obviously was decided. The Knicks swept the Cavs. Jalen Brunson won MVP. We predicted that. Yeah, it was a pretty boring series. But I have a couple questions for you, and especially me being a Cavs fan, or like kind of a Cavs fan, just because I'm from Pittsburgh or whatnot. I'm not supporting. Why are you laughing? You're a Lakers fan.
I'm listening.
But Cavs keeping Kenny Atkinson as head coach. Thoughts on that? I don't know if you guys had any thoughts.
I mean,
They're going to keep making bad moves.
I said it last episode. Kenny Atkinson was the problem. Like, him not knowing how to build the defense and run the defense. Or, I mean, like, to tell his players how to fucking, like, the matchups, dude. Like, you gotta figure out the matchups. Like, what are we doing with James Harden getting 39 scoring him, saying he's the best player? We won 3 games analytically. We got swept. Like, and then the next day we're gonna say, oh no, he still has a job. What? Like, you're not gonna, like, at least consider it? You're not gonna at least consider, like, maybe this guy's not good enough? I get it. He won the Coach of the Year, like, 2 years ago. But still, that does not give him the leeway to, like, get away with what he did. You guys were in the conference finals and you guys shit the bed. Just completely shit the bed. Yeah, mismanaged it. Dude, the team was giving up in in games 3 and 4. Like, with an entire half left. And that comes down to the coaching. So, I don't know why they're like, oh, this guy's perfect to keep for another year. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know. I think your main goal has to be to get LeBron in town, and why would LeBron want to play for this guy?
Exactly.
I think this team's almost like they need to start maybe dumping some things, and it was weird to see. I read a report that the Thunder would like Mobley over Giannis, and they're maybe pursuing that as an option. I don't know how
they probably used Mobley more effectively than the Cavs used Mobley.
I might have got Sentinel. That might be a not true, but
also they now are rumors on signing James Harden to a max extension contract, which is just like crazy to me. The dude can't play defense. It's just a bunch of wrong moves, and I wanted to hear your thoughts. Does he even deserve a max contract? with the Cavs, or should have they just dropped them? I
I
thought they
bet
should
they
have
give
just
him
dropped
the
them.
I bet they give him the extension. I bet they try to trade Mobley or one of those down low players, and then they try to sign
Yeah.
LeBron.
Yeah.
That's what
Um,
I was thinking. Same.
I it's not like I don't think Harden's the problem. It's just you can't pair him up with D Mitch because they don't play defense.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't play defense. They
And
don't.
they're both of their styles are taking over the game in like isolation. Like when one of them is scoring, the other one can't. So it's like, you know what I mean? That doesn't
Hmm.
work whenever you have two priority scorers and like
Hmm.
one has a bad night and the other one has a bad night.
I
Well,
just don't know
that's
where.
what happened when James Harden. Well, they didn't really play together, but it was like when Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving were on the team and
Yeah,
whatnot, and how bad
never
that
worked.
was. Yeah, it never
I mean,
worked.
they also never played together. They played like
Yeah.
fucking 6 games together.
And when they did, they were unstoppable.
Yeah,
Um,
they did whoop ass.
Yeah.
They
Fair
were
point.
literally like a what KD's shoe size away from winning
Yeah,
a
from
game,
a
like
final.
winning.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So I mean,
I forgot about that.
I don't know. It's just I don't know where else. Like it's almost like yeah, sure, Cleveland is not a good move, but also like Harden. I don't know where else he would go. Where else would
Yeah,
Harden?
seriously.
This is best
Seriously.
for him. Like I don't know.
Retire.
I don't know where he
Oh,
would
good.
go. He doesn't have Daryl
But
Morey doesn't have a job, so he doesn't have anyone to simp over him. So like, there's no one that will send the house for him for no fucking reason. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I
but
don't. No future.
the West series was the most watched series, obviously. OKC versus the Spurs. Game 7. This series went to Game 7, and the Spurs come up on top in the NBA Finals. Wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on the series.
Called it.
Now,
Called it from day one since the playoffs started. I told you, Caleb, that Wemby's hate for Chet would fuel them to a Game 7 win. And I was
but
right.
also on that though, like the way Chet had played that series was just weird.
Because
Like
I honestly,
completely. Like he
I
was
honestly think-
hesitating the whole series.
dude, I
He
honestly
gave
think
literally
it was
right when he
because
got
of
the
the whole
ball.
situation.
Right when he
I
got the
think it
ball, he
was
just gave
because
it
of
up.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
he
on
got
his head,
dunked
like,
on
he-
multiple
he-
times. Yeah.
I think it was that him getting shit on for getting dunked on multiple times, and then like in that Game 6 and Game 7, he was scared to do it again. In Game 7, he had a little bit of confidence. He made a shot early on, and then as soon as Wemby dunked on him, he was invisible. He was not there. He did not want to get involved in any other plays. I'm pretty sure when they gave him the ball, he just slipped and fell the one time. It's like he was just not playing good, and I think it was just the hearing the noise outside got in his head because I feel like Chet's just one of those players that listens to the noise outside. Wemby doesn't
Mhm.
really listen to it. He hears the voices in his head that tells him screw Chet, screw Chet, screw Chet, and he doesn't care
Yeah.
about what anybody else thinks.
Yeah.
Well, you
I mean,
saw SGA, what he said in the press
Oh my
conference about
God.
what could Chet do to like who, and he had nothing to say to that, which was funny. You can go.
oh yeah. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. Is it was almost personal, but it almost is like playing so long with these great players. He just gets like yeah, he has the tendency. He's an all NBA player. He has the tendency to have a great game, but he also cannot do that. Like he can go
Yeah, he
under
can
the
hide in the
radar because
shadows.
because he has those other guys. But you can't hide in the shadows whenever your J Will is out or J Dub is out
Mhm.
and you know SJ's maybe he had a great game, but he had some moments where he needed help and he didn't get it.
Well, I think also too, dude. Like, I keep talking about how it was Wemby and his hate for Chet, but honestly, it was just the Spurs in Game 6 and 7. Those guards, Dylan Harper playing out of his mind, Stephon Castle playing out of his mind, Vassell playing out of his mind. I loved seeing Vassell slam that ball down with 11 seconds left in an 8-point lead in Game 7, breaking the unwritten rule.
Oh, Ian
And
Johnson,
OKC
too.
didn't do shit about it. They didn't do nothing about it. It was great. It was an all-time hate watch, in my opinion.
Well,
And
they only
Georgia,
hate
too.
Caruso. They only really hate Caruso more than anyone. I don't understand why it's mostly him.
I hate SJA. I hate
That-
SJA.
Well, to get on to SGA though, do you think SGA is a better Thunder than better icon than Russell Westbrook?
Well, I mean, as much as it pains me to say it, we were talking about it earlier before the podcast. I said, God, no. But I mean, there's gonna be a statue of SJA built, and I don't think there's gonna be a statue of Russell Westbrook built. Maybe there will be. I'm not gonna say no, but like maybe there will. But there's a definite SJA statue gonna be put up. So, I mean, yeah, he's probably more iconic than him.
I mean, they're tied on MVPs now. He only has him on the
yeah,
championship.
but and finals MVP.
True.
And, so no wait. Oh yeah, no, he does have 2 MVPs. I'm tweaking. That's my bad.
I can't. I don't think yet, but like you said, I think it's 2 seasons away, really.
Yeah, it's moving to it. It's moving to it. And like I said, it's like he's gonna get a statue. So I mean, it's a guaranteed thing.
I think Russ gets a statue though. I do think that.
Yeah,
is
he probably will. I think I'm a little crazy for saying he won't get one. He did average a triple-double and get 2 MVPs with them. So yeah.
Yeah. Before we get to the predictions for the NBA Finals, though, they did come out with the NBA draft lottery formula. The NBA Board of Governors has passed a new tanking rule that included expanding the draft lottery from 14 to 16 teams, a regulation zone where the bottom 3 teams are penalized with reduced chances of the number for the first overall pick with flattened odds, sources told ESPN. Your guys' thoughts on that?
Stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because with that, though,
Yeah, I think it's.
if that didn't happen, it would have been like Spurs wouldn't have had all those three
That's
trio.
why I was gonna say like they let the Spurs get their dynasty and said, "All right, wrap it up. We're done with this."
Harper, and not Vassell.
Castle.
Yeah,
and
they wouldn't
Wemby.
have been together, which is crazy.
Yeah,
I don't want to
that's
do you
like
guys.
2
Is it
rookie
good or
of the
bad
years
for the
right
NBA?
there.
Is it good or
It's
bad? What do you guys
bad.
think?
Stupid. How are you gonna make it now? Oh, half the teams in the league make it for the play-in, and now half the teams also make it with the lottery.
But
Where's the parity that you have to rule the bottom half and the top half? There's this mushy middle that apply for both now. It's weird.
dude,
I don't like it.
the way that I see it in like my perspective is like if these rules would have been in place like this year, the Miami Heat would have had like some of the top chances to get the number 1 pick, and like we should not have chances to get the number 1 overall pick. Like that's insane. We picked 16th. Like we're gonna pick. Like it's stupid.
Do you guys just think the worst record in the NBA should just get the first overall pick? I saw stuff on that and comments about that.
No, I mean, like, I understand tanking is a problem, and it is because the season, and they do need to do something. Like, I heard more fun things, like, oh, have a play-in tournament between the bottom teams, do something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it just, did it really feel that broken, though? Like, it really didn't to me. I don't know. It didn't feel like it needed a necessarily change with the lottery and more with the rules. Like, the 65-game rule was stupid. That didn't work. Start fining these teams, though. Like, seriously, fine them if they're just benching. Don't do this, because this is just going to also make it, like, bad teams are going to want to compete, sure, but then, like, they're going to want to compete in a certain way to not be the bottom team, but not be, like, it's weird now. Someone's going to find a rig the system. These guys are smart.
Well, I don't know if you guys have seen the system that I think it's like it's a European hockey league or whatever, and NHL has been talking about maybe using it, where it's like as soon as you get eliminated from, I mean, I guess it wouldn't work with the NBA because it's like it's not points, but it's like they could figure something out. Whenever you get eliminated, you start gaining points, like however many points you get from the rest of the season, and the team that got eliminated with the most points gets the pick. So it rewards you for getting eliminated, but still playing well.
So, like, when you would get eliminated, you could just say when you would get with wins. You could just do it with wins. Whenever you were mathematically removed, whoever gets the most wins since they were mathematically removed from the playoffs.
Exactly.
I don't hate
that.
that.
What do you guys think about that? Because like to me, like I feel like that kind of incentivizes them to, even if they are playing like shit and they're gonna get one of the top picks. It's like, well, you got to win for it. Then you got to win at this point for it.
The only thing that I could see is that NBA, since it's a less players than, or like less players, like genuinely on the court at once than hockey. Like if your star player's out in the beginning of the year, then like you would maybe what happens if like, you know, Kyrie's out for 70 games, they're mathematically eliminated and then they win 20 or something. Like that's not the math, right? Or you know what I mean? But like they're mathematically gone after 50, then they win 25 straight or something like that. But they're not going to make the playoffs, but they have the best record of eliminated teams. So there's a middle ground, but I like that better than what they did right now. This is stupid. Oh, yeah. This doesn't make any sense.
I hate this shit.
4% chance makes no sense.
Yeah, no.
It just feels like more of a way so they could rig it and explain it and not explain it to us, because that's what they've been doing anyway.
But then it could be like, well, we tried to change the rules. I don't know what we did.
Yeah. this though. Every league, when it comes to this draft, I feel like everything's just rigged. It's just
Oh.
whoever. I feel like in every league it is.
I mean, it was
But
rigged for us to get Crosby.
yeah, it was. It was. Uh, but what do you guys think for the NBA Finals though? Knicks and Spurs. When it comes to paper, I think Knicks or Spurs are like a 4-point favorite or whatnot. Knicks are obviously underdogs. Um, but I feel like though, if the Thunder did win, I felt like it wouldn't have been close with the Knicks at all. But I feel like the Spurs playing with the Knicks. All right,
Like,
I'm not.
that makes
I'm
no
not
sense.
glazing.
I feel like
I just
it's
feel
the
like
other way
it's-
around.
Like, dude, if the OKC Thunder made it, then it would have been a better chance for them to. Like, what are you talking about? If you thought it would be a better chance for for them to win,
No,
and
no,
the
I meant
Spurs just
OKC.
beat them.
No. Okay.
Okay, what are you saying?
No, OKC. If OKC won in the finals, Knicks wouldn't have not a
It
chance
would
to
have
win
been
the
less.
NBA Finals.
It's more. You're saying it's more competitive now than it would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but I
don't-
disagree.
Yeah, I disagree, but I don't hate the take. I do disagree. Just
Who do
because
you guys
the
think
paint.
wins?
I think the Spurs win in
You think
six.
Nick? How many games do you think the Knicks would win against the Spurs? Because obviously
Two.
the Spurs are the
Two.
favorites.
I think 2 or 3.
Two
I think they
games.
could.
I think
I
they-
wouldn't
and
be
I
surprised
think
if
the
it goes
Knicks-
7.
And I think the Knicks would have won 2 games against OKC. I don't think OKC is as good as you think they are, Caleb. They just got beat.
Oh, yeah,
Stop
you-
blazing them.
They
Stop
weren't at full
it.
strength.
Shit
They
did
weren't full
everything.
strength. They weren't
Shit
full
did
strength.
everything.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what they
SGA,
were
it was
at,
literally
dude.
all SGA. He had no help.
And also, I'm not gonna lie too. That team, like talent-wise, they are a better team. The Thunder, they mentally did not like those hard fouls with Biyombo
Oh, yeah.
and Plumlee. That killed it. It
Yeah.
just shows what having vets on your team does. Like in good coaching. Like I mean, Thunder have good coaching, but Mitch Johnson had them boys ready to die out there.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
I hope the next one though, just to see what the city does in New York. That would be,
That's actually not a bad take. With the World Cup
was gonna
final
say-
around the corner, I actually
Yeah.
think that's the best take you've given all episode.
that's not a
all
bad
right.
take.
Moving away from basketball though, do you want to talk about? We never talked about soccer before, but World Cup's coming
It's
up. I
that
guess.
time.
Miles, do you want to take over some news in the soccer world, or should we
Just
call
that-
it football?
No,
Should
we'll
we call it soccer?
We'll
Okay.
call it
We're in
soccer.
America, buddy.
Okay.
If they come into our country for their game, we better appropriate it for what we want.
Okay.
But it just came out recently that our coach, Argentinian Marino Pochettino, has been in
That's a
talks
great
to,
name.
or Mauricio Pochettino has been in talks since months ago that he wants to take the AC Milan job in Italy. Obviously, he's been the U.S. coach for a few years now, hasn't really done much. But this was going to be his first major tournament. Not a good sign to have his foot one out the door, one in. Obviously, I couldn't tell you one guy who I'd like to see take over the job. I'm sure we don't have much input for this, but just give your guys thoughts. I know they had a Senegal tune-up game. Give you guys thoughts on maybe your coach doing this, and just what do you guys see from the U.S. going forward to the Cup?
They'll win their group, but after that they're done.
So you don't think they'll win one knockout stage game?
Well, who would they even play?
Didn't they win one last? They made
No, we lost.
Do we even
Did
know
they?
is there any prediction on like what we would play, or is it completely random?
it would depends on all the groups and how everybody goes out. So it's going to take a lot of time to feel it all out. It's more just based off what you've seen and what you've heard. Do you think this team
Pulisic
can?
a dog though.
He is.
Pulisic's a dog, dude. I don't know. We're winning the World Cup.
All right, I love it. Let's
Logan's
end it with
take.
that take. That's perfect take.
That's right. That's right there.
All
love
right,
this
that's
shit.
gonna
It's coming home.
end it for episode 9 of BurghTakes. Make sure you follow the podcast. Make sure you to keep up to date on all the new pods. Substack. Make sure you follow that. TikTok, Instagram, and the Twitter. We'll see you in episode 10. Peace.
6-7.